Hey everyone, it's Daxani. Today I give you another full rendered mermaid. However, I only drew a bust, yet that's okay because I think you all are going to love this one. I had art block again, so I used another person to use as a reference. I just drew this person. So, who happens to be a good friend of mine. Her name is Talia, and I'm sure I mispronounced her name. I've known her for a few years now, and I think I'm still pronouncing it wrong, and I'm so sorry. I apologize. Well, she does a lot of makeup and hairstyle videos, which I think are quite fascinating, and she's just so skilled. I'm not a makeup person. I personally don't feel the need to put makeup on my own face, but I do admire certain makeup looks on other people. The only type of makeup I will do is when it comes to cosplay. That's the closest thing, if a character I want to cosplay as has a certain look and I need to use makeup, that's it. That's the only reason I'll put makeup on my face. That's pretty much it. But not on the daily. The only makeup artists that I do follow are people that I know. So I'll go ahead and put the link to her Instagram down below in the description box. She said she will be making a YouTube channel, so if she does, that will be in the description box later on. But for now, I'll just put her Instagram info. Out of all of her pictures on Instagram, I chose this one right here that you see on the left-hand side because of those mermaid vibes. And all of that green makeup just stood out to me instantly, especially since we are in #Mermay in the art community. I thought this was perfect. I've been wanting to draw her anyways because of the amazing looks that she's been posting, so here we are, darling. Here we are. One of the things that I struggled with the most was her face structure. It's pretty sharp, but in the end I felt I did pretty well drawing her face shape. I think her left cheek needs to come out slightly more as I'm observing this now. It should be slightly wider, I believe, and the direction of her lips had me feeling doubtful. I think her mouth is opened a little bit too wide, because when I fill in the teeth later on, I think you'll see more of her teeth being exposed than what you see in the actual image. But other than that, I think I did pretty well for myself. I really liked how the eyelashes came out, and I really like the whole gray, like silver contact lenses that she wears in her photo, to create this mermaid. It gives a sense of like mystery to her, so that was really fun to do as well. Sometimes I like working with like more colored eyes because I feel like I can add more detail, but still the way that the silver eyes came out in my drawing, it was super cute. Coloring the lips was fun to do. I had to keep blending both the green and the pink color of her lips together to make it look as nice as it does in the original, but I was having a hard time trying to find the balance between the green and the pink color, because there would be times where I felt like I added way too much green or way too much pink, so I had to really even it out. But I ended up nailing it, I think. In my opinion, there's always room for improvement, but I think I did a really decent job, and they were fun to do. It was a little bit challenging, but it was fun. Also, the shine of her lips, normally, like for my, just for my average characters, I'll add that one stroke of shine, nothing too serious or too detailed, but in the original photo, her lips are just extra glossy, so I decided to make the drawing extra glossy as well. Gotta make her look super fab. And I was kind of like debating it in the beginning. I was like, oh, I don't know if this looks right. I had to like kind of zoom in, zoom out, and just to see what it looks like from a distance and up close. But I think it turned out pretty well. I like it in the end. I can't complain. To give more of a mermaid feel to it, I added some seaweed to her headdress and some fishnet, along with pearls going along the fishnet together, and I felt like the seashell was another good addition. However, I've just come to this realization that I keep drawing that same darn clam looking shell as jewelry pieces, and there are so many other shapes to choose from. So in my next mermaid piece, I'm going to draw another type of seashell because this one is just getting boring. This is like, you know, the moment where I'm just like, you know what, I always end up going to this particular seashell for my mermaids. Let's switch it up a bit because I'm low-key kind of tired of seeing that same seashell, you know, but it's just in different colors. Okay, so here what I'm doing now, I'm drawing waves of water. Initially, I was just going to draw this full body of water, but I think that's when my laziness kind of kicked in and I didn't really want to draw like this whole thing of water. And then, you know, I felt like if I were to do that, then I'm gonna, you know, draw a background or um, at least I would be sitting on this piece for a while trying to figure out what else to add. So instead of giving me that headache trying to figure that out, I was like, you know, I'm just going to draw a bust and to kind of, you know, keep trying to figure out other additions to show that she's a mermaid besides the scales, the seaweed in her hair, the pearls and fishnet. That I add. Let's add like waves of water, just kind of like wrapping around her. You know, keeping it simple, but I tried to be as creative as possible. So the waves were new for me, I think. I think I've probably drawn waves like a long time ago. Um, but here I was just pretty much experimenting with drawing water and waves. I think that this was probably more simple of drawing the waves. I didn't really do full-on detail. I just did something that was kind of quick. I looked on Pinterest for like references and examples, and there were some really full hardcore detail of waves to draw, how to draw waves and just water in general. And I'm like, man, I really want to draw water. Like, I want to experiment with drawing more water. So I think one of these days I think I'm going to, you know, try to do more of that. While I was in the zone, I think I ended up making this a face study because of how detailed I ended up being. You know, you can see the realism in it, which is kind of annoying for me because I really don't like realism, but at the same time I do feel like it is stylized. But I don't know, I like, that's why I'm just saying that this was more of a face study because, you know, I was using her photo like hardcore, like, you know, to every detail. So, and also, you know, I feel like her photo gave me the opportunity to experiment with face shape, the sharpness in her face structure, as I mentioned before, but also the opportunity to use makeup for like characters. I'm not talking about the scales, but more of like the eyeshadow that she wears, the lipstick that she's wearing, you know, with that whole green and pink in it. So that was different for me, and because I normally just add just your simple plain blush on the cheeks, and that's pretty much it. I really don't take the time to put makeup on my characters, but this was actually really fun. I really enjoyed putting makeup in the drawing as well. So, you know, maybe like, you know, even though I don't really wear makeup, I'll just test it out on drawing my characters from now on. Alright everyone, here is the finished product. I hope you guys love it because I sure do. And And as always, I'm open to helpful critiques, which you guys can leave down below in the comment section. It would be super awesome if you did that, so that way I can keep growing as an artist. If you guys loved this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you want to, feel free to subscribe. And as always, thank you all for listening, thanks for watching, and I shall chat with you in the next video. Bye!